4-3 even 6-1 is an extremely versatile defense post patch in college football 26. Let's take a look at it real quick here. So, biggest thing here, boys, is you want to make sure that you are essentially putting your fastest guys on the outside. So you want to put your best pass rushers on the outside of this defense. If you have quick jumps, that's where you obviously want them to be. So we're just going to put our fast dudes out here. This is in the Miami playbook as well. So if you have Miami or you like them in the road to college playoff, you have this capability here. So as far as how to run the defense, auto flip off, defense motion response disabled, option read key conservative, pitch key aggressive, read key, pass key are both on conservative. And then safeties are going to be on close and pinch here. And then the other big thing is we're just going to basically come out and cover 4 quarters. There's a little trick I'm going to show you here, and it's called show blitzing your linebackers. When you show blitz your linebackers, they don't normally move, which is great. It's a great feature that we kind of recently discovered. So for example, like let's say, that I audible. Let's see if I can find, I guess I can't find it here, but let me sub in a wide receiver here on the outside. So, because they do this tight end slot package. But anyways, let me come back out in mesh spot if I can find it. Yep. If they audible to again, I'm going to show blitz. If they audible to like a spread set, take a look here. You see the linebackers stay inside because we show blitz them. That is huge for 6-1. It's a massive deal because now we can basically just adjust our symmetrical defense, and symmetrical defense is honestly super important. So, anywho, I'm going to reset the play here, and I'm going to show you the blitzes. So how do I blitz out of this formation? Basically, I'm just going to slant my line or essentially pinch my D-line. I like to show blitz those linebackers, and then I'm going to blitz the linebacker off the left. If you want to contain, you can contain. As you see, the center is going to basically just target my user, and the pressure should be just fine because of that. Now, really not a whole lot of difference in terms of this with different pass protections. As you see here, if the center messes up, you can get A-gap pressure with that defensive tackle. But generally speaking, another thing that you can do here is you can send 4. And when you send 4, if you hit the center, and the way you do that is you're going to hit up on the D-pad, hit the center, you can disengage off of it and get into coverage really easily. So that's one option that you can have when sending 5, sending 4. Basically in 6-1, you should not be sending more than 4 or 5. 4. You don't really want to send 5. You want to send 4 or 6. So anyway, here, as you see, you know what I mean? Like, generally speaking, the send 4 is going to be there. Now, the one thing with the send 4 is sometimes this tackle on the left side here, he can be a little weird. So if you shift your D-line here to the right, you'll see that if I'm hovering over the center, I can kind of change that logic. And we'll show that to you one more time. We're getting a little bit of an inconsistency here. Shout out to the pinch look. But basically just pinch slant inside like this. When you pinch slant inside like this, it makes it really difficult, in my opinion, for them to consistently do that. The other thing that I suggest is once you show blitz and linebackers, you can also spread them out, and it'll make it a little bit better. What you're also seeing is why empty protection is so good, because if this is base protection, you're going to see a significant difference in terms of the consistency. The same thing is basically true, but against base protection, it's super clean. Like it's 100 out of 100 times going to come in consistently. Empty protection can make it a little weird on that outside, but the thing that empty protection will allow is if you're starting to notice that this isn't coming in, stand a little bit more over here, and that's where that A gap can start to happen for you in the empty protection world. Another way to get pressure, if you want to, is to use the Texas stunt. So the Texas 2-man stunt, then blitz the linebacker. And so you see it looks kind of like this. They're not showing you, but this is a stunt. And what you'll see is you get kind of that pass off logic, and then you're able to get the pressure that way as well. But in general, 6-1 is just really good, man. It really is a great defense. If you slant your D-line here to the right like this, generally speaking, we should be okay. The biggest thing is you've got to kind of like get the center to get the attention in the center with your hover. And then what's going to eventually happen is they're going to basically untarget you. So when they untarget you, This is where you'll start to notice that this blitz gets picked up a lot more. But in general, sometimes it still comes in, right? It's one of those things where because 6-1 has got so many blitz threats, even when they untarget you, because you have so many people stacked across the line of scrimmage, it's hard for the line like to basically pick up anything, honestly. That's why you want to get more so down in here, really distract that center. Sometimes it will get picked up, sometimes you'll get A gap, sometimes you'll get edge. A lot of it depends on what they're doing. Now, if they want to, basically flip, all you got to do is send it off the other side. So as you see here, we're just sending it off the other side now. And you see this other side is going to be a lot cleaner because of just how the defense lines up. So you're able to get really clean pressure off that side. If you wanted to, you could send it like this as well. Here's a send 5, kind of the same thing. But you just see that, like, you just see that this formation is going to force them to have to block a running back. When they block a running back, what you want to do is you want to send 6. So the way that I send 6 here is we're just going to stand basically kind of down like this, and we send 6, and we're going to get somebody free, whether it's an A gapper, whether it's a double edge. If they block a running back and we say we're going to send 6 here, we will get somebody free. Okay. Normally I'm playing cover 2 hard flat because I know that I'm going to get good quick pressure, and we're just going to force them to have to make a quick decision. I do not send 6 a lot in this defense. I mainly like to send 4. And the way that I like to send 4 is I actually take the backside DT and I drop him in a hook. So it looks like this. I'm able to now have a contain on both sides. And this send 4 is really good because you have A gap potential. If you wanted to send 4 a slightly different way, what you could do is you could send 4 like this, and now you can send 4 this way as well. But those are really the 2 ways that I like to send 4. And normally what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sending 4 off of the running back side. Now, if they basically cannot slide protect 6-1. It's really, really problematic if they start trying to slide protect. But if they do, every now and then, you can send 4 this way. So if you want to send 4 off the tight end side, you can do that. And you see that it's going to be pretty clean. It's not as big of a deal with the chipping in college like it is in Madden. It's a little bit less likely to get the chip, which is why these blitzes are so much better in college than they are in Madden, which is crazy because the last year it was like opposite of that. But in general, here you see, there's a send 4. And again, a lot of it just kind of depends on how they're picking it up and how your hover is. You do have to kind of have I think a decent hover. But if you have that good hover here, you drop the D end out, and then you have that right there, you see, you just basically, you have to hold the center. And if you want to go as far as to engage with the center, just stand right over the center, engage, and then peel into coverage. You can do that as well. The nice part about engaging with the center is it really guarantees your pressure. And if they untarget you, it's going to be an instant sack. So I'll show that real quick. So like if they untarget my user here, and let's say I drop this guy out into coverage, and we maybe create like a cover 2. If they untarget my user, right, I'm going to be able just to basically user sack, user rush right down the middle, get pressure. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of how I like to run the defense. The one thing I would say is, you do have to kind of like, there's a little bit of a game, because like another way that you can get pressure if they untarget you is you can blitz your user like this. And then what I would do is zone out that D tackle or DM. And now I'm going to let the game basically run down with my user. And I'm going to D-pad switch off. And you see it's going to guarantee pressure. So that's pretty much how I like to run 6-1. A couple other things you can do for fun is left Tom 2-man stunt is really good. Just left Tom 2-man, you're going to contain. And then you're just going to basically try to pull the center to the opposite side of the stunt. So you see how the center's here. I'm trying to pull him over here, and I don't want to hit the guy. So I kind of messed that up. Let me try one more time here. And you're going to see left Tom 2-man stunt. You're going to QB contain as well here. And then I'm just going to try to get that center to take a step that way. And you see how good that pressure can be as kind of a passive mix-in type of pressure from 6-1.